skate Willie P, and I'm gonna take you on a little tour and maybe throw a trick tip in, alright? Cool. Alright, so first off, whenever you're skating, you always need your helmet and your gloves, alright? Someone to help me film this. Choppers are on my tail. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go up to the top. And I'm going to show you guys my first ever trick tip. It's the old school fakie shuvit. Because I got no kicktails, no nose, so I got to do everything old school. Alright, so this trick, you're going to be moving in the direction of the nose. You're going to go to regular position. Even if you're goofy, you just want to have your strongest foot in the back, right here. So your front foot's going to be right here, like this, right on the edge, right on those bolts. If you have a tail, don't cheat, don't put it on the tail. Put it right on top of the bolts, okay? What your back foot's gonna do is you're gonna pick up your back foot and just balance on this foot. That's what you gotta get down first. And then you scoop under, bring your back foot, your toe needs to catch this, and you need to pull it up and hop up with this foot simultaneously. So the board flips around and you move your position back to here. It's like a hop. Alright, let me show you on the ground. You're on the board, right? Got your front foot right over top of those trucks. You see that? Right over the bolts. And then your back foot's going to plant right there, okay? So that, like before the bolts, right here, so that you can balance on this foot and pick this foot up. You don't have to be balanced very long because you want to do it as quick as possible. So you're on the front, go back like that. placement. You're going to want your foot right here, right over those bolts, okay? You want as little pressure on the center of the board as possible. So you want your foot right there, and your other foot, you want to be kind of in front of those bolts, like that, so that you can get more leverage over it. And you're not reaching your leg out so far to try to pop that up. You want to pop it up like right here. How this works is you're going to be moving, then you're going to grab under, and just basically the motion is this. So if you want, I'm goofy, but I do this trick regular. So you want this to be right here, kind of at an angle. You don't want it completely straight, because then when you flip it around, you'll be turning your foot. So you want this to be at an angle on the ball of your feet. You want the balls of your toes here. You don't want to have flat foot. If you do that, you won't get enough spring, because you have to jump to let the board spin around completely. And the motion is this. Not exactly. So back foot scoops under it, turns the board. Your front foot, you want to hop up with your front foot just enough so that the board can swing under it, and you plant it right there in the center. So you're going to be moving forward. You want to like kind of hop and get back on the board like that, and your back foot will plant right there. It might be kind of difficult to just go ahead and do that trick, so keep in mind this is a work in progress trick. You don't just do it like right away. Maybe you do, but one thing, if you're having trouble getting the board to spin all the way around the whole 180, because of the fact that you can't balance on that one foot long enough to scoop the other foot in, what I suggest is putting one of your feet on the ground prior to scooping it up. So it's kind of like you step off, and then when you push back up on that foot, you scoop that's when you kick the board, and that's when you hop up with your front foot. You don't want to be premature with the front foot hop though, because then you'll just get something like a kind of fart slide, you know, like a little tiny slide, and you'll be off your board and rolling on the ground. So what you want to do is you want to have that kick up, and once your board is like a little bit lifted off the ground, and this will go really fast when you're actually doing it. Once your board is a little bit off the ground, then you will hop up with your front foot and try to land. Now, landing for most tricks can be the scariest part of the trick. And so what you want to do is you just want to build up your confidence with spinning that board around, and if you can't land it at first, don't worry about it. Just get that motion around. When you're spotting your landing, you want to make sure that your front foot hits somewhere in the middle of your board. Not too far up, because then you might like fall over the front of the trucks. Not too far back, because then you're going to fall over the back of the trucks. You just want to get it right. And something that you can focus on is your chest area, your shoulders. Your shoulders and your center of gravity should be like in front of the back trucks, and should never pass in front of the front trucks. So you want that to be directly over the board when you're landing. Kind of do this. You know what I'm saying? Some other common problems you might be having with this trick is that you could be landing on the wheel or off the board. You're not landing on the wheel. Best advice I have for you on that is just to look at the board and spot your landing. Look at where you want your front foot to be, and then from there you'll know where to put your back foot. If not, then look at where you want your back foot to be. And the reason, don't get frustrated if you're landing it and then kind of toppling over. The reason for that is that your shoulders are not over the board. Your shoulders can be too far in front of the board, off the toe side edge, off the back side edge. They could be over the trucks, in which case the board will slip out from under you backwards. If your shoulders are over the back trucks, it would slip out forwards. And so that's a lot of landing this trick, is just where your center of gravity is and like spotting that landing, looking at the